CHATBACK on RCV News.
Today we are back at it, and obviously a reminder that we are live on Facebook. For Facebook it is RCV News, so you go to your Facebook, you search for RCV News. RCV News is a platform where we do post everything current affairs, so come through and let's get interactive on that platform. Then also, in case you want to be part of the program, the number is 0956 200 490 0956 200 490. This morning, I'm privileged to be joined by Munthu Party President, Mr. Stephen Nyirenda. Good morning and welcome to CHATBACK, sir.
Good morning, Angel. I'm so happy to be here. It's quite nice here.
Yeah, and congratulations on the formation of your new political party.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe for starters, before we really get into our conversation, maybe one would like to know, where have you been ever since you left NAREP?
Well, I'm that person who would like to check things, prepare, and act. After the elections in 2021, because we had problems in the party, we were trying to change the way NAREP was, but certain members didn't like it, so there were problems. So we said, okay, fine, let's take it up to the end. After that end, we will be able to go back to our party. The Munthu Party actually was registered in 2017. And when we were about to bring it out in 2019, that's where now my friend Elias Chipimo had resigned, and they approached us. Yeah. We had only about 2 weeks to decide. Okay, we decided for it, but there were problems. We said, we are not here to create problems. We are here to save the people, to sort the problems of the nation. So 2021, thereafter, we went back to our party, and we, lucky enough, most of the people on our faction, they came with us. So we had still our structures the way it was, but I said, look, let's work underground. Let's see what this government is doing. Ours is not literally just to hit. No, we are there to see and work together with the people that really mean well for the country. So we were studying what was going on, and so on and so on. We did a lot of research. We moved around the country. We did consultancy with the people in compounds, in villages. It's sad. It's sad when we're being told that actually we are developing, the conjuncture is going up, the GDPR is going up, the GDP is going up. But in actual fact, people don't have meals, 3 meals per day. People don't have clean water. People in schools, there are more than 150 in primary schools and things like that. Things are bad outside there. So, and that was said, okay, now it is time for us to come again. All this time, we've been trying to see, is this government doing the right thing for the people?
You've been giving them time.
Yes, we've given them time. And now we have seen. It is sad outside there.
Okay,
people are suffering.
Yeah, maybe
Zambians don't have the resources.
Yeah, maybe to take you back to your time when you were president for NAREP, how would you describe your journey as a party president for NAREP? How was it?
It was quite
because
good.
To the outside it looked like there was just so many things happening there.
Yes. For us, basically, we were in the alliance with UPND. When I attended several meetings in the alliance, I saw that there was basically not a very good intention for this country. I kept on telling the people before to say, look, the UPND has been part and parcel of the ruling. Vis-a-vis, they were having, in certain constituencies, they would have an MP, the mayor, all the councillors. So nothing changed. In Southern Province, Northwestern Province, Western Province, they were actually dominating over a period of over 10 years. Nothing changed, not even a constituency. So we said, I don't think this is the team that we want to be. Plus whatever was going on in that alliance. Yeah. So, and that's what brought also problems, because I said, let's get out of the alliance as we want to learn and see how it is happening. So, as for me personally, I learned, and when people ask me, what happened? You didn't score well. I said, no, I won. Why? I won in knowledge. I know how this game is played and what is needed. So right up now, we are properly equipped in this game.
Yeah, but the question would be, why didn't you continue with NAREP?
You see, in NAREP, there were wrangles. When we went inside, there is a faction that didn't want change. We found things there that couldn't be the way they were. You know, for example, you know, the management system, you can't have over 10 years of running a party. You don't even do one year returns to the registrar or to ZRI or things like that. Simple things. So we said, no, the secretariat hasn't been working. Let's change. And through that, there were problems. You know, people didn't like and they started fighting. We said, no, we are not interested in that. That's how and why we moved out.
Yeah, I was actually just trying to read through, and I came across something very interesting to say. Maybe it's because the members of NAREP maybe just did not want you, so that's why you opted to leave NAREP. Because seeing from the history, you know, it was just after the former president of NAREP, Elias Chipimo, left. They approached you. They said, look, I think you can take over. So for some people, maybe in NAREP, they felt you're not sort of like their own. So that's why you left.
It could be. No, we didn't. We left on our own, yes, because then they went to court, and that court process we won. All the same, after winning the court process, we are not interested in fighting ourselves. We are interested in construction. So we said, look, you approached us. We are trying to give the right thing, and you don't want. And there were not many, actually. There were about 10 or 15 members who were doing all these things to us. So we said, okay, fine, we will leave it for you, do it yourselves, and we have another platform. Yeah. And that platform was there. And they will see. The Zambians right up now, they will see how we are organized and how we're going to take this up.
Yeah, maybe
lucky enough, most of those structures that went with us, they are there. We have the structures that are intact in all the provinces.
Let's get to the Munthu Party that was formed. Like you said, this has been in the pipeline, really, yes, 2017. But it was officially launched last Sunday. Saturday, actually, I beg your pardon. Yeah, now let's maybe just understand your party ideology. What is it that you do believe in? How do you identify yourselves as Munthu Party?
Okay. In short, if you want to talk about the ideology, some people say communists, some people socialists, and so on and so on. We are nationalists.
Nationalists?
Yes, nationalists mixed with liberal as well as conservative. Liberal, actually looking at the rights of, or the democratic rights of the people, and all these things that come with the
human rights,
and the respect of the human dignity. And then conservative, we still believe that we Africans, and specifically we Zambians, we have a lot of good things in our heritage that are dying. So those need to be upheld. Those we believe in. But then moving from there, as nationalists, we believe that as Zambians must be number one. We must respect the Zambians, respect our country, and support the Zambians, support our country. In whatever we are doing, we are thinking about our country. Number one, as the nationalist says. Yeah. So our motto is Zambia for Zambians, and only Zambians will develop Zambia. We also say Munthu is you and me, and it is only you and me that will develop this country. Yeah. We say it is time for the Zambians to take up the wealth of this country. I like asking these questions. I'll ask these questions to the listeners there. Who in Zambia is controlling the wealthy or the economy of this country? Who is controlling the tourism industry in this country? Who owns these chain stores we are having and the big malls we have all over? Who owns them? Who owns the seed that our farmers plant? Who owns that? The medicine that we use in our hospitals? Who produces and distributes them? I can go on and on. The answer is that we Zambians, we don't have anything around us in our own country that we own, that we can say that is our own. Everything is foreign. Nothing against foreign and so on and so on. But what is happening is that the foreigners come here, disrespect us, put a wedge among us so that we can't work together and sort our problems. They corrupt us, divide us, and take our minerals or take our wealth out of this country. They own the best pieces of land. They corrupt our people. I was saying the other day that if, for example, there's going to be corruption between a Zambian and a foreigner, and it's unveiled, a foreigner will be punished 100 times than a Zambian, because a foreigner does prepare. When he is leaving his country, he knows very well what is coming to do here. They say a thief that plans is much more dangerous than the one who just finds it accidentally, as Bemba said, Nachitolafi. You know, so no jokes about it. We have seen in several cases where a corrupt person, as a foreigner, and a corrupt Zambian, they are caught. A Zambian will be put in cells. A foreigner will be put in cells, even not be incarcerated. That shouldn't be.
Yeah. So then, how would you describe, or what would be your approach to investors? What sort of approach are you going to take? Because you've talked a lot about how these foreigners come through, but maybe just for the sake of investors, what would be your approach to investors really?
The world needs our resources. We have now, we'll say, we have the best copper, we have cobalt, we have uranium, we have all this stuff. We say we are ready to trade with anybody else who respects us, who pays the right prices, and who abides to our laws. What happens that these guys who come here, they are not investors, they are thugs. I have no good words for them. They are thugs. They come here, they exploit our stuff, take it outside there whilst we are suffering. We Zambians must be number one. We Zambians must take these things up. Zambians ran the mines before. I was there. They could send people in schools to come as careers master. They were sponsoring us. They were sponsoring sport. So many activities. They were cleaning the towns. They had a lot of give back to the community. It's not happening today. We are perhaps the second or the third largest producers of copper in the world, and look at us. We don't have even medicine. When our football or our sports club is supposed to go out of the country, they must go begging around. Mostly they don't even go. The only thing that is sponsored in the country is football. We have so many sports. They have the money. So
there's a problem there. So for these that you referred to as thugs that disguise themselves as investors, how then are you going to be able to tell this a thug is an investor?
Well, it's very clear.
Yeah.
We are saying respect us, pay the proper price, treat us as equal business partners. That's what you want.
Yeah.
We don't want your handouts.
Okay.
So your question is, how are you going to? You can't have an investor who comes here. The first place he wants to land is at State House or at the minister's place. No, the investor must meet another business person here. What are they looking for at the State House? What are they looking for at the ministers or permanent secretary? Perhaps permanent secretary, yes. But first of all, they go there. From there, then phone calls start running. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Of course, the president, as being a top man, he can talk generally, but not to be receiving everyone who wants to do business in Zambia. Can I see the president? Can I see the minister? Just know that the state is being captured every day. That's why you see now certain things are coming out. Why do you want to give these people, they who are making a profit already, tax holidays for so many years? Why? It shouldn't be. If you are to give tax holidays, give it to a Zambian first of all, because a Zambian will till the land and the money will remain in this country.
Yeah. All right. Now let me take you back to the question that I asked you earlier on the ideology of the party, and you gave me three. You said nationalists, you said conservatives, and liberal. Yeah. And I would like to draw your attention to the last part that you talked about, liberal, because there's been a growing concern that political parties, especially in Africa, that include this liberal as part of their ideologies. They become political parties that are really easy to pin down on, especially when it comes to foreign funding. And the concern really on this liberal is when you talk of human rights, there's this new thing that has come as, this homosexuality that we have seen, and they're pinning this on human rights. Maybe for starters, what would be your take on issues such as homosexuality, because you've said you're a party that's going to look to respect the rights of the people. This is something that has come and it's been widely talked about as a human right.
Yes.
What would be really your take on homosexuality as a Munthu Party?
If people have fed themselves, they've got shelter, they've got everything else, they start pondering on certain things that are straightforward. I do not think that the homosexuality or whatever, the LGB, whatever they are calling it, has got first of all a place in our manifesto. We have a problem in this country, or perhaps in Africa, to feed ourselves. We don't have enough energy, and so on and so on. So many other things. Why even them, the Americans who started this some time back, intoxicating the mind of the people, and today they say no, a man can marry and even adopt children and things like that. It's because perhaps they are full. Their stomach is full. They have got everything they need. I don't have. I don't want to start tampering with nature, first of all. That is nature. And you want to dismantle what God has put together. You want to go there and say, look, I don't want to go much further.
Yeah, but
I don't think
but as a party that is so liberal on human rights, how are you going to then strike a balance between this is wrong, this is right, even if other people are saying, look, these are human rights?
Look, in society, we have got all these diseases, disabled or people with different disabilities and things like that. I know that there are people who are not okay. That's, if it's a sickness, I'll tolerate it. But I should not create myself to say, okay, now I want to go and marry a man and say that is human rights. I don't think so. I think human rights has got other things in it. A lot of other things we can look at. There's human trafficking right up now. A lot of our women, they are being taken to Europe, to America, to the Arabic countries in the name of workers, but when they reach there, they are turned into something else. Those are the things we can look at. That's human rights. But I can also want to say, okay, let me ponder on people marrying. If they don't marry, if a man doesn't marry a woman, then if a man doesn't marry a fellow man, then I'm violating. No, I'm not. I will leave it like that. I do not think that's why I talked about conservative, as liberal and conservative together. We ourselves, as conservative people, I don't think that has got a place in our... And then I speak about it openly.
Yeah.
As I said before, I'm not interested in their money. I'll give you this money if you are going to accept the human rights of homosexuality and things like that. No, it's never been there. If we push the clock behind, they themselves, they were even worse. The Europeans and Americans. Yeah. If you are found there, they will kill you.
Okay.
Now they want to tell me I've got different problems.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's violating human rights. If I say, it's even nature.
Yeah.
Have we seen a dog marrying a male dog, or a female dog marrying a female dog? It's never like that. Why do you want to kill nature?
Yeah.
Why do you want to go beyond
I actually
nature?
just wanted you to actually just clarify, because I was just thinking. But thank you so much for that clarity, Mr. President. But maybe let's now get back to Munthu. It's a new product on the market. It's a new political party. Probably the question that Zambians are asking, say, look, yeah, it is a new political party, but what product are you selling as a Munthu Party? What product is it that you are showing to Zambians to say, buy into this idea and let's move together forward?
The main thing that actually we are looking at ourselves is what I already said, but it has got something in it. Zambia is for the Zambians, and only Zambians will develop this country. Let's give, we say, our national agenda number one. Let the Zambians take the tools. Let the Zambians control the wealth of this country in all areas. Number one. Number two, we need to redesign our governance system. You know, we can't have a governance. Our systems are not working. If the systems were working, the president would be very ceremonial. Since systems are not working in this country, if you go outside there, start looking at a policeman, you see that the systems are not working. You go there, they will write a letter. CDF, both CDF will come a vehicle. You ask, there's a problem there, they will tell you there's no fuel. That already shows something. It is sounds trivial. Look at the minibus driver, the way he drives. Look at the taxi driver, the way he drives. Look at our roads, the way they are. Everywhere where you look, things are not working.
So you're looking to restore order in those areas.
There are systems that are not followed. Now, I don't even want to go there. Everything needs to start from school. You know, you can't say, okay, education is for free. You go in a class, this primary school, they are 150. What are in a class 150? What are they going to learn? It's impossible. Us, when we were growing up, we were 25 maximum. Sometimes if it west goes to the west, 30, but never 30. A teacher can manage 150. It's impossible.
Yeah. So do you think? So do you think free education is? First of all, is free education a good thing?
It's one of the things that we have advocated.
Yeah.
Free education is a good thing, and it must be.
But it comes with the challenge of overcrowding in school in classrooms.
No, it doesn't. Free education doesn't come with the
Any challenge.
No, it's me not providing infrastructure and the resources, and then I say it's a free education. Does it make sense? I can tell you to say that lunch is free. Lunch is ready. You go to the restaurant. There's no lunch there. There's nothing on the table. But you are saying lunch is for free. That's not it. And this is what it is. When you say it is for free, provide the necessary capabilities. If you are say you think that employing 30,000 teachers. Then you have sorted the problem. Giving 30 million to a constituency, then you say you have sorted the problem. No, that's in fact creating a problem. We need to create wealth first of all. Yeah. As already I'm there, the free education, you ask them, they say, oh, they will take money from the CDF and pay there. The same CDF must pay the health. The same CDF must develop the constituency. The same CDF must form cooperatives, and same CDF must give skills. That's the 30 million consumed. Yeah, and it never comes out.
So then if this is not free education, then how does free education according to the Munthu Party look like? How does it look like?
First of all, I need to create the capacity. I must have the infrastructure. Now, here as Zambians, we need to create wealth from what we have. We need to create wealth. And we are not creating wealth. You can't give what you don't have. Where do they get the 30 million that they are paying, giving the people? Where do they get it? Because they are not creating. They have been told the miners to say the mines to say you are given so much grace period where you don't have to pay taxes. We need to create wealth. That's number one, with what God has given us. That we need to do. Once we have created wealth, then you can say, I have enough money. You don't operate on handouts. And that's one thing that as we don't want those handouts that you are giving. We don't want those, if you are given 100 million, you start celebrating. To hell with that 100 million. They should keep it there. I'm told over the weekend that the World Bank gave us 100 million. For what? There's no free lunch in this world. They'll give you 100 million with a lot of restrictions that you cannot develop yourself. On top of that, they'll give you 100 million. They'll take 100 billion out.
But Mr. President, they say that no man is an island. And of course, in as far as Zambia is going to, want to develop Zambia using Zambians, at some point, don't you think we need some, financial assistance at some point?
From who?
It could be cooperating partners, could be bilateral partners.
Look, we have everything in this country. Everything.
And we don't need them.
What we have?
These are cooperating partners.
We need the world. You cannot exist on your own.
Yes.
You have to corrupt. But there is a platform where you respect each other as business people. They must respect us as equal business partners. They must pay the right price for our resources. It's what I said already. They come here, grab everything, take it to there, make their products, and in fact give us the third or fourth or fifth quality of their products. The first quality is kept either in Europe or in America or elsewhere. I have bought a product from Europe, and I come here, I find a similar product. You see the two qualities, they are completely different. They are cheating us. They're cheating us. Look at our street. It's dumped up with second-hand cars, left, right, center, cars that have already been, and we are paying through the nose to get those cars. Can't we develop our own? Can't we? Today, it's not a problem to develop a vehicle. I'm an engineer myself. Look at our agricultural sector.
Yeah, so under the Munthu Party, I'm already getting the good vibes that we're going to be, making cars as a nation. Under the Munthu Party.
Zambia, it's one of the things there. Zambia will be industrialized. And we are going to make sure that when it is industrialized, we also build think tank institutions, research centers, and be able to export also intellectual. And let me come back. Let me be realistic and talk about what they are doing now. Say they give out 30 million to a constituency.
That's under CDF.
Yes. So 30 million. Eastern Province has got 10 constituencies. It's 300 million. This money, I don't give it just the way it is given now. I will select powerful Zambians who can bid to get this money as a credit facility. And I tell, okay, for you, Eastern Province, you provide 60% of our food. Now, we want you to make a very big company. A very big company. You will till a very big piece of land, and we want you to produce the all food that we need here. Here's the money. They will employ people from that 30 million. They will employ people, all different people, teachers, farmers themselves, and they'll buy proper technology. Now, in 5 years' time, I will have 5 companies in Eastern Province. I go to another province, like Southern Province. I'm saying, okay, Southern Province, you don't have very good rents, but I'll make this place to be an intellectual place. So I'm going to build research centers there. And whether you go in IT or whatever, you start making intellectual things out of products. Out of that, I will have again 5 companies after 5 years. Every year, I'm doing 1 company. 5 years, 5. If I multiply that by 10, I will have 50 powerful companies. If each one is employing, say, between, say, 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 people, how many people will I have?
Yeah.
I will observe the graduates.
So is that
How
to say
that-
that CDF is actually a good thing, but according to you, it's not been applied
No, there's no thinking.
a good way?
No, there is.
But it's a good thing. The increase in CDF is a good thing.
It's you can't take money and eat. You go to the bank, you borrow money and eat. What next? How are you going to pay back that money? These people that are you, the way CDF is for consumption. It's not bringing out anything. We are saying, give this money to a company that is going to produce for Zambia, and they will pay back because they will make profits. And then he will have indirectly employed the people. The 30,000 teachers that you employ or 30,000 health workers, those are consumption.
Okay.
You need money into the government to pay the salaries, which you don't have.
Yeah, all right. Let's break off for the news coming at 10. The time is 9:59. And remember, you can be part and parcel of the show. We are live on Facebook. On Facebook, it is RCV News. RCV News is a platform where we post everything current affairs. So come try and let's get interactive. Then the number is 0956 200 49. I beg your pardon, 0956 200 490. 0956 200 490. Our guest this morning is Munthu Party President, Mr. Stephen Nyirenda, and he's with us in studio just to, discuss about this new political party that was launched last Saturday. So for your contributions and questions, you can send them to that particular number, then read out your messages in the next hour of the program.
CHATBACK on RCV News.
All right, let's get back to the conversation, Mr. President. And maybe just moving forward, I've had the chance to interact with Zambians, especially every time a new political party is formed. And for Zambians, they feel there are just too many political parties on paper. They feel these some opposition political parties are not even on the ground. They're just there for the sake of being there. So, we're just a political party. What are you going to do different that is going to satisfy Zambians and to say, look, okay, and now this is a real opposition political party?
Yeah. First of all, apart from the national agenda that I've already touched, we have, for this year, we have 36 topics that we are tackling week for week. That means starting from next week, you will hear us talking about the economy. You will hear us talking about agriculture. You will hear us talking about education and so on. So we will put forward everything the way we are looking at it. It is so difficult outside there when you talk to anybody, he will tell you, you politicians, you are all the same. You are all liars. You are all talking like you are from the same tree or the same seed. Now, I say our first priority, our first fundamental value, as I said before, is to restore this trust between us, the politicians, the leaders, and the people, through, of course, transparency, truthful, and integrity, and so on. We need to make it. And then we need to tell the people what we are going to do for the people. There isn't much that one can say, but from where we are coming from, when I was campaigning in 2022, 2021, I said, when you have a partner you want to marry, or you are courting a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you need to know where they're coming from. What have they done? What is the history? From us, we have. Let me talk about the leader who is sitting here, the leader of Munthu Party. When I was coming back from Europe, coming back to say I want to invest in my country, I started with second-hand goods like tires, fridges, what, and so on. I could hear people were during that period. There was just there were parastatal organizations. I bring second-hand tires, which were better than the tires they had here, but people were laughing at us. It's not going to go anywhere. It became a very big success, and today everybody is doing the same. Then when I came here, I found that there was no Zambian music. In the 90s, early 90s, there was only Congolese music. I said, we are going to invest in the music, and within 10 years, Zambians will start listening to Zambian music. 10 years didn't clock. We had all of these, the Danis, the JKs, the St. Michael's, the Sister D's, the James Chamanyas, the Sagas. We made them. Movie Party, we made it. And everybody today is listening to the Zambian music. Then we started making, producing videos and movies. And today, what has DSTV, it has done brain drain, removed all the people. All those people, they are the people we trained. Removed them all and pushed them somewhere. No problem. We are very happy. Now, when I move into so many studios, we are very happy that we have educated the people. We have, some are freelancers. The producer of Mpali, he came to these hands, to us. He didn't know even what the computer was looking like and how the camera was looking like. We taught him. And now he's one of the best producers.
And this is the impact you want to have on the political space.
Yes, let me go. So when we were starting movie TV, people were laughing at us to say, look, this cannot go anywhere. Do you know how expensive television is? We made it a success. The same now we have moved into politics. That's why I'm telling that history, so that they know the people that are behind this, the Munthu Party. Now we are holding this, and you will see where we are going. We can assure the Zambian people that from the day that we will take over, within 10 years, we will see the fruits in this country. We will see the wealth of this country in the Zambians. We will see the Zambians eating 3 meals in a day, even beyond that. That will be between them and me. Yeah, I'm not promising anybody that.
So you said within 10 years, we'll see how fruits. Different. Do you think also the UPND, it's fair just to give them 10 years for us to see how different the country will be?
No. Let me say this. If I'm going to say to Livingstone, I start my journey, and after, say, 5 hours, you ask me to say, Steve, where are you? I say, I'm in Chongwe. Are you going to you definitely doubt whether I'm going to Livingstone. Again, you ask after about 10 hours, where are you, Steve? I say, oh, I'm in Rwangwa. You say, this guy is not going to Eastern Province, to Southern Province. If this government has got a vision, it should just tell us, tighten your belt, we are going there. So if we are going to Southern Province, we should see. Next, we should be in Mazabuka. Mazabuka should be in Monze. We are not seeing where this country, this government is taking
So there's no direction.
There's no direction. You cannot say that I've scored by CDF. I've scored by giving 20% to NAPSA. How do you say that? How do you say? This is not scoring. Scoring is when you create wealth to make sure that the people have got something to eat, something to drink, something that over their head, and something in the hospital, something in schools. There's no creation of wealth. They are asking people to donate. It's, for me, to be a beggar is shameless. It's shameful. We should not be beggars.
Even when you're in a very difficult situation,
we are not in difficult situations.
Such as the drought that we've experienced as a nation.
This drought hasn't only happened on us. It has happened on Zimbabwe. But they are not begging like us. They have mitigated it. They've got food. They are now even able to export wheat, which they were importing from Ukraine.
From Europe, yeah.
Yes. They have their own fertilizers enough. They are not importing anymore. Because us, the leadership does not tell us where to go. You right up now, the major things that we need is food and energy.
Yeah.
You are exporting energy. Have you assessed the impact of how much are you losing and how much are you gaining? Yeah,
maybe just there, Mr. President, you're saying you're not seeing direction with the UPND government, but seeing that, just borrowing from your words, you said by the time it's 10 years, you would have seen what would have done to the country.
Yes.
When Munthu Party comes into forms government. But don't you think it's too early to write off the UPND, saying that they're just going into their third year?
It can't be too early. The signs are already there.
The signs are already there.
Yes. You see, as I said it before, there's a big problem here. It starts in a mind. You know, first of all, let's talk about when Lungu moves out, the new president comes in. Surely, even you, when you are moving out of that chair, you have to hand over, right? There's no handover. It's terrible what we are doing in this country. We are saying us when we take over, HH will have to stay with me for 3 months to make sure he hands over. Mr. Lungu, whatever Mr. Lungu did, is not everything that is bad with his PF. So it is just clever. It would have been very clever for UPND and our current president to say, Mwana, sit next to me for the next 3 months or 6 months. Tell me, why did you do that? Why did you empty, if ever he emptied the cover, why did you empty them? What was the problem? It's not everything that is bad. Now, during this process, if you don't have a handover, there are so many projects that are still. And because they are still, we, the Zambian people, we are suffering. Then billions, if not trillions, they go to waste because there's no handover and carry over. It's like you are running a marathon. How do you call that where you pass?
Relay.
Yeah. Ukataya, wafika paja, wataya kaja. Nishimwaluza. You have to give that to the next. The next takes to the next. That's how it works. Here in Zambia, it's shameful. It's shameful for me. I can't believe what is happening. There must be a proper handover from president to president. Minimum 3 months. And as when we enter there, we will make sure that it is part and parcel of the constitution that the handover must be 3 months, if not 6 months, so that we can do those things. Now if you went on internet, you checked what happened in 2021, 2022, and 2023, everything went down. The production of copper went down. Production of this, the economy went down. The reason is simple. There was no handover. If the handover is there, they will take over. He can take over.
Okay.
Where he employed these people, those schools were built by the people who were there before. But he doesn't know. Some of them, they are standstill.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll get into that also a little bit later. But maybe one last question with regards to maybe your political party. We've seen that political parties are going into alliances. For starters first, are you are you going to maybe form some sort of alliance or enter into a partnership with other political parties?
Partnership, working together, alliances is something that is very good.
And it's on the cards for Munthu Party.
We say in Munthu Party, we are ready to work with anybody who means well for this country, inclusive of the ruling party. We are ready to work with them. But things must harmonize. Yes, we are not going to partner with somebody where we know there are things that we don't believe in.
Yeah, if UKA was to approach you today to say, look, Mr. Nyirenda, we love your party. We are so excited with your vision and everything that's coming through from your party. Join UKA. Would you accept?
I've already spent time with some of the Secretary Generals. They came to see me and talk about it. Let me start this. First of all, I don't see fully the common goal of UKA. But I will leave everything. I want to talk one thing that, first of all, disturbs everything.
What is it?
In UKA, there's the President Lungu. He has been the former president. And we want to respect him that way. Let him be the statesperson. Let be the person who can sit with the current president and advise each other, not fighting. when these two people are fighting, we are suffering. And these two people have been fighting. It's clear. You can see it. Everybody can feel it. So what is the president doing in there? This president should be sitting somewhere and advising all of us as a statesman, not again to be part and parcel of the opposition.
So long he's
what
there,
is this?
Munthu Party cannot even think of
What is this
of
that
joining Oka.
he forgot to do what he's going to do now? I respect him, Race. I do respect him. And I want it that way. He's my former president, and I want to keep it that way. He should move away from there, then perhaps I can consider.
Then you can consider.
Yes, I can consider bringing my dears, can we look, and so on and so on. Yeah. But what is he doing there? I have nothing against him and so on. I want him to be a statesman. I want him to be the one who HH can send to say, go and represent me there. Like now we have a problem. He should have been the ambassador to run around to help HH sort the problems of this country, not to be there to start fighting. The two people are fighting. That fight they have, the two people, they should take it somewhere else. We don't want to see it. It is disturbing the Zambian people.
Yeah. And also maybe the last question on Oka. How do you see the future of Oka? Do you think it's going to work with the former president being part of it?
I don't want to judge that. I think it's not my place to judge that. The people outside there. The way I say it, I mean well for Zambia, and I think I'm the best leader for Zambia. So is Uka also. They think they are the best leader. So is other people. So is Fred. So is even the incumbent, the church. Yeah. We all think we are the best people. It's what we give out. And also people should judge us from where we're coming from. From where we're coming from. What is it that we have done to show the people that we are the capable people to do that job?
Yeah. Mr. Nyirenda, have you ever heard of these sentiments to say, especially when you interact with the Zambian people, to say, Munom Zambia, Munibe opposition? Have you heard such statements?
Yes.
I'm sure you have.
So now with
the coming of Munthu, does this now mean we do have a strong opposition? That's not just not going to be an opposition, but offer the right checks and balances to the ruling party.
So, I said on my opening remarks, this is the party the Zambian people have been waiting for. The leadership that we have been waiting for.
The vehicle that they've been waiting for.
Yeah, exactly, the vehicle they have been waiting for to take them to the promised land. Mm-hmm. Angel, I will say this. When you look at where we are, it's true. The people outside there, they say there's no opposition. Opposition is not insulting. Opposition is not only to point on the mistakes that the others are doing. No, you must be constructive. You must know where you are going to take your people to. I said that Zambia needs leadership that has got a vision, that believes in the people, that listens to the people, and so gives the people the solution. Today, believe you me, I do not think that the current people, the current ruling party has got a vision for this country. I don't think so. And that's why we have stood to say we want to be there and be counted, and we'll take the people to where the promised land is.
Okay. All right. Now, you can finish. I hope I haven't lost a thought. All right, when the thought comes back, you can still stress the point. But just a reminder that we are live on Facebook. On Facebook, it is RCV News. You can follow the conversation there. And then also the number is 0956-200-490. 0956-200-490. We'll be getting to the phone lines very shortly. Reminder that we do have Munthu Party President, Mr. Stephen Nyirenda. He's with us this particular morning just to discuss on this new political party that was launched over the weekend. Mr. President, maybe a quick one, seeing that we are, time is not really with us. Let's now start to address some of the issues that the country is facing. And I'll start with the current one, the elephant in the room currently. Yes, I know there's drought, but there's load shedding that we're experiencing as a country. And ZESCO has largely attributed this to to the poor rainfall pattern that we are currently experiencing in Zambia. But also seeing that this is not the first time that we're having load shedding as a nation. Why do you think we've been getting this whole load shedding issue wrong, and what is the solution, long-term solution to load shedding?
So, you see, first of all, I do not think that our leaders who have been on the driving seat and who are on the driving seat today have forecast their thoughts on the cancer that Zambia is having. I said, right up now, the biggest problems we have is, of course, energy and food. So you are talking about energy. Now, first of all, everybody knew. When they were campaigning, they knew. Even before they started campaigning, we knew that we were having this problem. Surely, we stayed 10 years, 20 years, 30 years without providing a solution. How do our friends in the European or in American not even have 1 second of load shedding? The power will not even go 1 second. It's simple. Here in Zambia, we've got a lot of resources. First of all, we've got water all over. We've got waterfalls all over. Number one. Number two, we've got coal in abundance. You can use coal to put standby generators. You cascade them. You use them because they say that is the energy that is not so good, that is not clean. But everybody uses it as a standby, so that once you have problems, you switch it on. Even today, countries like even Germany, who are very much against nuclear power, they have nuclear power on standby. When things go west, they switch those things on. Similarly with us. But we don't want to focus on that. Even the money that we are talking about, the 30 million, if this 30 million, you just need perhaps 300 million from one constituent, you would have done the generators. You don't even need to buy brand new generators. You can have generators that have been switched off somewhere else. Put them there. They will give us power in terms of bridging when we have a problem.
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, you are taking even the little power you are selling, like munyumba mwako, utenga vakuti ya upasa maneba, iwe bana wako walina njala. I don't know where the thinking is. Has the audit been done? The money, the damage that is caused in Zambia, and compared to the money that we are getting from outside, has the audit been done? And if it's been done, tell the people. That's why I call transparency. If there's transparency, then the people will believe you, what you are doing.
So there's no transparency?
No, there is not. We don't know what is happening behind the... We just heard it from the Director General saying, okay, if we don't sell this energy, the economy is going to collapse. How do you make such a sentence? So, and this did not come from the top. So if there was transparency, the top should have told us exactly what they are doing and why they are doing that. The people of Zambia would understand. They are peaceful people. They will understand. If I'm going to say, okay, I want to sell the energy so that I take the money from there and go and buy maize so that we'll at least eat. We can stay without electricity, but we will eat. People will understand. But if you are doing without telling us, what is this?
Yeah, so now seeing that Zambia is a highly hydropower dependent country, and for you are just asking for 10 years, just 10 years to turn around the fortunes of the country.
Yes.
What are you going to do in 10 years to change the status of, power and load shedding?
Yes.
Seeing that we're a country that's dependent on hydropower, and then there's this whole climate change that has come through. So what are you going to do?
The things that I've already said.
Yeah.
We have got a lot of waterfalls in Zambia. Even this time. By the way, let me tell you, I spent a lot of time in Siavonga. Siavonga was like my second place. I was there, I built a hotel there, and so on and so on. The water that is pouring now this season, For it to reach Siavonga there, where the what is, it is somewhere in 2 or 3 months from now. So with the water from the top, the source of Zambezi, all the water that is coming, for us to start seeing the levels, it takes time going up. That I've been monitoring this. So if you are telling me to say there's no water there, that's why there's load shedding, you are lying. Because I know it. So that's number one. Number two, let's provide alternative. Has they provided even any single alternative? They should tell us. We were told that there's the solar garden. Is this solar garden, has it been switched on or not? Tell the people. Tell the people the truth. The people will know. The solar garden is in process. In 2 months' time, we'll switch it on. Everything will go. You can't just switch it off. You can't just be a crybaby. You cannot just be going to say, look, I'm going to, can you help me bring money into the country, send whatever you have. We are saying no to be beggars. We have everything here. We Zambians, we have also people who are educated. We have also a lot of people in diaspora who can bring money here if the systems are working and do this job. Zambians.
Yeah.
But they can't come because we don't believe in them. They will come here, we will treat them like destitutes. We want to chase them. You know, I will mention something that people know outside there. We have one of the millionaires in Zambia who doesn't live in Zambia. James Ndambo, Mr. Ndambo. He came here. He meant good. We chased him. We chased him overnight. What do we want? That's a Zambian. That would be the real investor. This is the man I've sat with, discussed. I've spent time with him. He means good for Zambia. But he says, Navisia in Nyirenda. You people, you don't want to be helped. You want those people that are enemies. That's what you want in Zambia. This is what we are. He meant good, that man. And he means good even today. But we are after him. After all, that man comes from the same town with the president.
Yeah.
He's just asking him, Mwana, nikusihira town or nikusihira southern province. Sinufuna kumvera kalikonse. Develop it. He will develop it. He has the money. He's got the contacts. That man is connected throughout the world. I know.
Okay.
Throughout the world.
All right. Very interesting there. Maybe lastly, before we get to the phone lines, we'll be getting, I'll be chipping in with questions as we go on. The fuel prices. This has had a thorn on the high cost of living. And prior to 2021, Zambians were promised good fuel prices. We saw formulas, we saw, of how the fuel prices were going to be cheap. But then there's the issue of the Russia-Ukraine war that has to some effect affected that. But long term, we're seeing that the fuel prices are quite high. As Munthu Party, in those 10 years that you've just asked, 10 years, apart from it being a recommendation to the current fuel prices, what are you going to do in those 10 years to ensure that fuel prices are manageable to Zambians?
Andrew, in the world, these two things, food and energy, they are subsidized. Name which country is very highly developed and what. They subsidize food, they subsidize energy. You can say whatever you want to say. Otherwise, some people in other countries, they would die with the coldness. They have to subsidize. So the same with us. If energy and the food, they are the most important things to subsidize. But do you know why you can't subsidize?
No.
Because you are a beggar. Because you are asking for those people to give you the 100 million, to donate to you. And they bring all those things, all those restrictions. If you want money from me, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. They are killing the so-called free market economy is never free. They'll tell you it's free. For them, it's not free. How can the free market economy survive if you are touching the fuels, if you are touching the foodstuffs? It's no longer free.
Yes.
Why should it be free for me and for them it's not free? Our bad to us, it's not UPND, it's not PF, it's not any of this. Our battle lies somewhere else. It lies those people don't respect us. What they do is not what they tell us to do. They are the people, wherever they are coming from. They subsidize their fuel. They tell us you can't subsidize. They subsidize their agricultural things. They tell us not to subsidize because they want us to remain where we are. And our leaders, they are, I don't know which word to use, that they let it.
Yeah.
Us, we are not going to let it. We will subsidize the fuel. We will subsidize food. We are not going to be beggars. Nobody will tell us from outside because we are not bought. No one is going to buy Munthu Party.
Yeah.
No one. No one is going to finance us.
We've had on subsidy. Sorry, Mr. President. On subsidies, we've heard the current government say, "Look, we don't have money for subsidies."
What about the 30 million? Where is it coming from?
Well, is that enough to subsidize fuel for the entire nation?
Well, I have just said. That 30 million, I don't need to give people for free.
Yeah, maybe for the sake of curiosity.
I take that 30 million, I lend it out to an institution that will give me more food, but it will give me the profits that I'm going to subsidize something. That's how it is.
So do you think those conversations of government saying, look, we don't have money, they don't stand on a strong, maybe for a lack of better term, do you think they're baseless when they say they don't have money to subsidize?
I talked about transparency. Where does he get the money to pay the 30,000 people that that are employed? Where do we get the money? 30 plus 30, I think perhaps 60,000 or 30 in total. I don't know. Those are civil servants. Civil servants are consumers. They are not producers. But if you take that 30 million, you lend it out to the private sector and give them targets what to do. And they'll pay back that money. And I talked about when you finish 5 years, you have 50 companies. These 50 companies, they are producing, they are exporting, they are giving you back the money. Can't you really subsidize? Moreover, let's not even talk about that. We have our copper, which is being mismanaged. As I said before, I don't know whether I said it here today, byproduct of copper is gold, cobalt, which is very much in need today in the world. We don't see these things. Or at least we never saw them for years and years, because these thugs who are calling themselves investors, they store. They are stealing our gold, they are stealing our cobalt. We have got uranium here. People are getting uranium. I said I was in Siavonga. The people are mining uranium there. The uranium boxes are going out of this country. How much money are we getting? Nothing at all.
Okay, all right.
And is that not money enough that we can collect from our copper, from our minerals, from our emeralds, and push it in subsidies?
Yeah. Okay, let's get to the phone lines. Let's get, I think, about 6-5 calls at a go, and then we'll have you respond to them. The number is 0956 200. Your pardon? 200-490. 0956 200-490 is the number that you are calling. Okay, let's get to the phone lines. Good morning. You are through to the program.
Hi, brother. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Aspirations is Kakire Kitu Kore Tuisha Wansa. Mr. President Nyirenda, Washington.
Mkwai. Mulishani.
Why? Now you come to all my talonchi. All my talonchi.
Thank you.
Munthu Party. Our ipopera for Zambia. And the train carried a Konoku to Mbawaki to who particular Busakire. Gawana Kuntanshu Kumipokerera. Mr. Nyirenda, Mushinga Moinjiri in Kalamo. Yambo Pita Toto and Otunon. Abakaram Bavale is a chapamo. Amone of Varaipa, in Kalamatemo Varaita, in Kalamo. So in Kalamo to put the Irelo. They were member, they were socialist party. They were PF, they were Kalava. They were political party. Kalamo to put the Irelo in Gilemushu. Iwa UPNT. So, tuwala chashani, atema, tuwala wendera shani pamo. akweba tupusisheko tutwaito tuambire okufa kuli inkalamu enchapamo banembe ba PF aba political party ayashala okuwombera pamu one voice na twakata one voice twala kwati okupusha abaiti n'abambo okupimba batominimisa Nyirenda kunsala aba PF bale bashire obunga 80 kwacha 120 breakfast waipendi bale kushoka kwati omutengo twatwaza 50 kwacha lero omutengo wabungamisa Nyirenda 350 kwacha 10 kg PF bashire palipote kwacha 190 kwacha Ninkalamu nayingira abayiche bambo okupimba batego kuli bukola Newton so Mr. Nyirenda 1 point ule nyabena Zambia na pakwata kuli Newton.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's ensure that we keep our contributions pretty short and straight to the point. Good morning, you are through to the program.
I'm fine, and you? Is it the live program?
Yes, please. Radio Christian Voice, you are through to the program.
Yes, please. What? Yeah, I want to greet even the guests out there. My name is I'm calling you from Chazanga.
Yes.
Although I'm not getting you properly, but I'll just proceed with my analysis.
Please.
Ilitamini kusino yanka kuni point amene mwenze mwaka ati waisinga wapaseko mayezi nangu 10 years kusogolo. You know anje problem ili ponya kuti aba bantu pamene benzo bwera bakati bwera in power. The PF benzo leading a country mushe bonze benze kutia kumwa whatever and the really was cheaper, everyone was affording. Now my PF anatuza kuti after my election nzaka kulipilana within months my years and nzaka pitiza kudya so chape but waipendiwa na kama if we have got a solution, even this bag of union which we are buying is very expensive, we are going to make it cheaper so easily, immediately. Maona manje bantu pamina kapakitenda kuti wamba kuja 300 so kwanisa kuja bag of minimum of 300 whatever. So ayu bande munga pase muntu na another years ma 10 years na ngundimwe munga mpase kufuta another years in this situation. Kapena mwanzatu balance mukuja, but on my side I think singa wapase my years yenangu ero coming only by kalungu kubera kwa ana patikiza chape. I think that man to be state man baba pase chape ma benefits yao no bata embrace what is amene wachikata kene zwachi bwera ni ma politics eso koloka manje wasokoloka futu onani. So
okay.
I think wapase ni ma benefits yao so that in the family banga katika I think kumbali yanga.
All right.
So matwacha persecute bazapo kubwela so chape.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. We'll have to let you go and give chance to other people to call in. Good morning. You are through to the program.
Good morning. Thank you.
Very well. Kindly speak up.
Good morning.
Yes. Yes, your name and where you calling us from? Yes, Nina, go ahead with the contribution.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, Madam. Thank you so
How
much.
are you?
I'm fine.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. President.
Yeah.
Nina mafunzo awili. Hello?
Yes, we were able to get you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Nina mafunzo awili. One, Zambia, kuzira drama, American drama, me case na me panic because I've got a friend damjala kuda ku nimefanya kama bene so mwanzo wa kula kuna nida kuna nida niko zero maneka mmoja ngari kwa maintainda kwa bene ko which 10 years back what 10 years dala but still that is never really hapa maoda tenda bino kuja. Then the other thing is that if you don't come there, the more president we have, one time Christian voice can be to Mungam, and our Christian voice come back to Mungam. You can go president, that's a step one, and can then a Japa food getting hand.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution, Nina. Let's get another caller. Good morning, you are through to the program. Hello, good morning. You are through to the program.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well. Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from SOS.
From SOS.
Yes, I just want to request the number for the precinct.
Okay.
I want to work with you, yes, because we'll talk later.
Okay. He'll give out his number towards the end of the program.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Probably our last caller. Good morning. You are through to the program.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where are you calling us from?
Joe calling you from Chawam.
Yes, Joe. Go ahead with the contribution.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Steven Nyirenda?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Yes. What Mr. Steven Nyirenda talking, he's talking very true things. Because this country we have got a lot of resources whereby this kind of levels can't exist by now. Number one, I want to brief the facts. Hello?
Yes, we were able to get you, Joe.
Yes. Let me brief the facts. Number one.
Very, very, very briefly. Brief the
Yes.
brief facts, yeah.
Number one. Zesco, if they have got another competitors, they can't beat the Zambian people like this. For this time around, surely, we can't depend on the only water, like the president had already said earlier on. We have the solar systems, and we are adapted to technologies. Number two, we have so precious minerals in this country, whereby these people, they just come overnight to get our resources, taking development somewhere, while us people living in Zambia remain poor. So, chino charo kutukuka chifunika muntu ali sacrifice na bantu bake. You get my point?
Yes, we do get your point, Joe, and we'll have to let you go because we've run out of time. Thank you so much for calling, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, let's now get the last caller, Mr. President. This one is a true last caller. Good morning. You are through to the program.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where are you calling us from?
Nebwino mulibwanji.
Opposition mukwato manifesto yenu la mwayo ngesikanga kwa teko gosobo ngati teko gosobo nabalita omuntu mwalanchani nombo buteko gosobo katuwishinga nje kana ukwa ngamulebeba abantu balakuntala kopa beki nabantu kapali tuwe mutengo Nyirenda mwekatani ndetwaleka tubuteko mukapitio mukambo yabana besikwa.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Okay, we do have quite a number of callers coming in through, but because of time, we'll have to close the phone line. I do have quite a number of text messages that I have to read out to add to those contributions. Leonard Mkonda on Facebook says, just join other parties. There are too many political parties in Zambia. So he's saying just join other political parties. This one says, the country does not need to recycle failed political ideologies of the past or try new ones. Generally speaking, we as Zambians, including self-professed Christians, are just too poor stewards of natural resources, like the idle servant in the parable of the talents recorded in Matthew chapter 25, verse 14 to 13. Okay, Sipo Avondale, thank you so much, Sipo, and I've also got your last point of text message. I'm actually working and pushing on this particular request. I know that you've been requesting for this since last week. All right, thank you so much. And Mr. President, I think you could respond to those concerns.
There's very little, basically. How will you work with other parties? And then the last one says join other parties. And the main thing that I want is Vanina, Wafunsa Mopani, at Mopani na is it Vendata?
Yes.
Manangene Samozingati. Aba bantu anajita promise vanatenga KCM vazafaka ma 1 billion but namanje vakalibofaka mu ndalama namanje vakalibe kuzipeza ndalama. It is even clear that no one wants to touch vendetta because they are thugs, they are thieves. These are the people who were chased here. These are the people who basically, I don't want to point mistakes that my friends are doing. That's not our way of doing things. But our current president, he said that he will never bring vendetta back. But he has done it. So, and are they the people that we can trust? For us as Mwaneta Kambira, our bantu aba vamene vabwera monga vendetta and so on and so on. Once I'm foreigners at my investors ni vakawalala nikakamba mchinyanja ni vakawalala vanina makambapo za food na fuel nezinakambako before. It is a duty of the company, of the country or the leadership of the country to make sure that if into my basic needs, my basic needs, fuel, food, let me just say energy, because it goes also on all types of energy and food, vafunika kufaka mondalama, kuti vizibwerera pansi, not veka mwamine viriri. Vamene atuza the free market economy sichita exist kulibe iyo vauza if atichita exist kulibe free market economy in the world, because even when you go to UK today they are subsidizing these things and they have got, the government has got a hand on the food and a hand in the fuel. That's how it is. Then inangu yamene nafuna ukambapo chivemba nikalipunzisa chivemba but chinivutako pang'ono. I hope imwakopa belt mzanivera mchinyanje changa. Mwakamba kuti mwane vavutira vintu va precious benzi wakamba ati nkalamu yangena. So va precious vashi precious I don't sinifuna kukambapo kuti government is our enemy. The government is not our enemy. No political party is our enemy. No Zambian is our enemy. There is an enemy, an invisible hand which is an enemy. Tikaishita locate your enemy. Tonse tufunika tinkari pamozi ja enemy tichosepo. Kuli vintu famine vichitika mchalo. Monga vifamene na kamba va fuel na food. Kuti ife government ifunika kufaka pondalama. But vakule sani usumunga fake pondalama. Ngati bwafaka pondalama muzavutika evinimo. And ife tivumekeza. That is wrong. We need to gang together to make sure that we fight these things first of all. Of course, if the leadership is not well, ndiye chamentanya muka manje kuti tiandi chosepo I leadership. If it is a sevenza na muntu aliyense amene amininga well to make sure that we defeat the leadership that is not good. If it means defeating UPND 2026, we are doing it so that we can provide for our people. Yes.
Joining other political parties?
Yes.
Is it the one where you are?
We are ready to join any other, to join with, not to join in a political, to join with other political parties. Kuti tisevenzere pamozi. Vamene tiganiza vintu, na vamene venangu vachita, sivilingana. Let me tell you this. I've said it. If we are not careful, we can put 100 times HH mu State House. We can put 100 times Lungu mu State House. We can put 100 times once whenever Sala Maleti president mu State House. Palipe visa shtika. Because at the end of the day, tikaenda paja, tifuna ndife kutia bwino, kwenda mamoto ka bwino, garavanting around the world, and we leave the cancer. The cancer is somewhere. I was saying, Even the best medicine in the world will not help you if you don't know where the cancer is. Sungaende kuli doctor wakufunza wadwala mutu uli wadwala kwanja uli mumala kwendo sukamba chamene udwala. Ngati sukamba chamene udwala doctor saza kutandiza. Medicine siza kutandiza. So pano ife chamene taonapo pa Munthu Party kuli problem ikulu muno Mzambia cancer. Yamene tilengesa kuti yefo ye tienda pansi. Kuchoka mamene tinangenerapo. Tienda pansi, we are going down. There's no day that you can say Tashtago develop. Tienda pansi. This is the cancer that we have located. That's what we want to fight. If anybody wants to fight that cancer with us, let them come. Let them come and fight together. Okay. And this is what they are not seeing, our friends who are sitting there right up now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
CHATBACK on RCV News.